What is a bloodborne pathogen? Let's talk about bloodborne pathogens and their importance in the medical office. Remember that pathogens are tiny organisms like viruses or bacteria that live in the blood and can make you really sick if they get into your body. You might hear about them most often in healthcare settings, but anyone can be exposed if they come into contact with infected blood. The big ones we focus on are HIV, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C. Knowing how they spread and how to protect yourself is a big part of staying safe, especially if you're working around blood or body fluids. When we say bloodborne pathogens, we're mainly talking about germs found in blood, but it's not just blood you need to watch out for. Other body fluids can carry these pathogens too. Think semen, vaginal fluids, and fluids from around the brain, spinal cord, lungs, heart, and joints. Even amniotic fluid during childbirth can be risky. Saliva, sweat, tears, urine, and vomit usually don't carry bloodborne pathogens unless you can actually see blood in them. Bottom line, if there's a chance blood is present, you treat it like it could be infectious. Bloodborne pathogens spread mainly when these fluids come in contact with broken skin, like cuts or abrasions, or mucous membranes such as eyes, nose, mouth. The most common ways this happens in healthcare are through needlestick injuries, cuts from sharp objects, or accidental splashes to the face. That's why using gloves, masks, and eye protection, and washing your hands after any exposure is so important for staying safe. Learning about bloodborne pathogen or BBP standards isn't just a box to check. It's about protecting yourself and your coworkers from real risks. Did you know that over half of nurses, about 52%, report being exposed to blood or body fluids at work at some point? And globally, about 3 million healthcare workers each year experience accidental exposures to bloodborne pathogens, leading to thousands of new infections, including hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and HIV. In the US alone, the CDC estimates that up to 800,000 accidental needle stick injuries happen annually, with many going unreported. BBP standards, like those from OSHA or other organizations outside of the United States, have made a big difference. After these rules were put in place, the rate of workplace infections, especially hepatitis B, dropped dramatically because of better safety practices and vaccination requirements. But the risk is still there, and most injuries can actually be prevented by following the right protocols and using safer devices. That's why learning and sticking to BBP standards is so important. It's one of the best ways to keep yourself, your team, and your patients safe. Let's take a look at 3 common bloodborne diseases that we are concerned about as healthcare providers. The EIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. It's a virus that attacks the body's immune system, which keeps you healthy and fights off infections. If someone gets HIV and doesn't get treatment, it can lead to AIDS, or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, which is the most serious stage. The virus spreads through blood and a few other fluids like semen, vaginal fluid, and breast milk. Healthcare providers are at risk if they come in contact with infected blood, like through needle sticks, cuts, or splashes to the eyes or mucous membranes. For example, a needle stick injury has a small but real risk of HIV transmission, about 0.3% for an exposure to blood. This means that for every 1,000 accidental needle sticks, one person risks contracting HIV. You can't get HIV from casual contact, like hugging or sharing a drink. Thankfully, with modern medicine, people living with HIV can stay healthy for many years if they take their meds. Globally, there were about 38 million people living with HIV in 2021, and the number of new infections has been dropping steadily over the years. Hepatitis B is a viral infection that affects the liver. It's spread through contact with infected blood or other body fluids like semen and vaginal fluids. Healthcare workers are at a higher risk of exposure, especially if they deal with needles, syringes, or have any cuts or abrasions that might come into contact with infected blood. If someone gets hepatitis B, it can lead to chronic liver disease, cirrhosis, or even liver cancer over time. The good news is that the virus is preventable. In fact, in 2019, the World Health Organization reported that the global prevalence of hepatitis B has dropped significantly due to effective vaccination programs. The vaccine typically involves 3 doses over a 6-month period, and once you're fully vaccinated, you're about 95% protected against the virus. Healthcare workers face a significantly higher risk of hepatitis B infection compared to the general population, mainly because of their frequent exposure to blood and body fluids. The risk of contracting hepatitis B is about 4 times greater for healthcare personnel who are not vaccinated than for those outside healthcare settings. Prevalence rates among healthcare workers vary widely by region, from as low as 0.6% in Europe to over 8.7% in Africa, often linked to low vaccination rates. Most infections among healthcare workers occur in high-risk hospital areas such as emergency departments, intensive care units, hemodialysis units, laboratories, and blood banks places, where exposure to blood and sharp instruments is common. Needlestick and sharps injuries are the primary routes of occupational hepatitis B transmission, with the risk of infection after a needlestick from hepatitis B antigen positive blood as high as 19%. Unsafe injection practices and lapses in infection control, such as reusing needles or inadequate use of protective equipment, have also been implicated in outbreaks in outpatient clinics, dialysis centers, and long-term care facilities. Hepatitis C is another viral infection that targets the liver, but unlike hepatitis B, there's no vaccine for it. It spreads mainly through blood-to-blood contact. For healthcare workers, that means the biggest risk comes from needle stick injuries, or coming into contact with blood through open cuts or mucous membranes. The tricky thing about hepatitis C is that a lot of people don't feel sick at first, so they might not know they have it. Over time, though, it can cause serious liver damage, including cirrhosis and liver cancer. The CDC estimates that around 2.4 million people in the United States are living with hepatitis C. A study that combined results from many research papers found that healthcare workers are about 1.6 times more likely to get hepatitis C compared to people who don't work in healthcare. However, even though healthcare workers often come into contact with blood and other body fluids, the number of healthcare workers actually infected with hepatitis C is very low, about 0.13%, which is similar to the infection rate in the general population. Since there's no vaccine, prevention is all about using standard precautions, such as wearing gloves, safely handling sharps, and following all protocols for cleaning and exposure. In healthcare, staying alert and following safety steps makes a huge difference when it comes to avoiding this one.